my favourite shoes right now. I know, who was it? Somebody was talking about the thumbnail. Mr. Jemson, hope you're enjoying that thumbnail. How you doing, guys? EDDBUD here, back for another live stream. I believe this is live stream 18, I think, anyway. Let me just check everything's working here, because it was all looking a bit odd a minute ago. No, it all seems to be working. Everything is good. Awesome. I'm glad you're all hopefully doing okay. We got Stevie76 in the house. Ewan Booth's here. How you doing, Ewan? Soupy Runs, loving the shirt, Ed. Thanks, Soupy. Interesting that video you posted up in the comments, Soupy. I think it was you. With that guy running on the track with the Vaporfly in the rain as well. It was a lot of rain. So there are people obviously using that shoe. Perhaps they're thinking that that's giving people a bit of an advantage, possibly. Who else we got here? Frank Lahoulier and Mr. Jemson and Wang have been in here earlier on. Quite a bit earlier, actually, by the looks of it. We got loads of people joining now. Adam Small, how you doing, Adam? We've got Adam Coleman. We've got John Wilkinson. Hi, you guys. Jimmy's in the house. We've got Paul Kane. He's saying that his Endorphin Speeds have been the best shoes in 2020. We got John Basinski over in Spain. Hope you're okay, Snake. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good time. Les Arbres is here. He says, hey, EDDBUD. Hello. Soti's here. Always for the live stream. Richard Tongue is here. We got Lucas. He says, EDDBUD. How you doing, Lucas? James Nash. We got Mr. Random. Joe Mullin is here. How are we? How's the missus? The missus is pretty tired today, Joe. We got back. I tried to sort out sort of tea and things. We had a bit of spaghetti bolognese. So loads of carbs today. I think my body's just been craving carbs. I've been running some faster stuff this week, actually. I said to myself at the start of the week, Ed, let's have a nice calm week, nice slow miles, just building the base, and that's just all completely gone out of the window, and I've just been wanting to run fast, really, in some of my favourite shoes. I'll get onto that in a minute. I'm going to put that down there. I've got to stop touching it. It's just too, there's something about this shoe, I just really love it. It's really captured me. Perhaps even more than the Endorphin Speed, actually, and that's saying something. It wasn't you, Soupy. I wonder who it was. Somebody. I'm not sure who it was. I have to go back and check. I hope you're doing okay anyway, Soupy. I appreciate you coming in and viewing all the videos and in the live chat as well. Kevin Bickerton is here. Aaron says hi from the Isle of Man. I hope it's a bit nicer over in the Isle of Man today. You said it was very rainy. It's been really warm today, actually. Quite a nice day out there. Alex Haynes says, can you tell my girlfriend that running hats are totally acceptable outside of running? Yes, they are. Especially if you've got a very, what's the word, wild haircut like I have right now. So it's absolutely acceptable, girlfriend of Alex Haynes, to wear your hat. Just be happy. Do what you need to do to be happy. That's all I'll say. Javier is here. He says, do you trade with the new Adidas 3D running? I guess, do you mean the, am I going to get the 3D, is it 4D? I thought there was a 4D one. I'm not sure. I think that's what you mean, Javier. I haven't really looked into those at all, actually. The chat's going nuts, so let's try and keep up here. Steve is here. He says, hi, Ed. How you doing, Steve? Joe says, hope you're on the miss as well. His Tempo Next percents are on the way. Joe, I'm very, very excited for you getting those a little bit ahead of everybody else, and I really hope you enjoy them. Joe Mullin, guys, has been a long time supporter of the channel, as long as I can remember. So I really hope you enjoy those, Joe, when they come in. Mariella's here. She says, hi, Ed. Mariella here. How you doing? Thanks for joining us, Mariella. Stevie76. Ah, okay. There we go. It was Stevie76. Track competition in Australia. Does appear people are reaching for the next percent. Oh, okay. So maybe that's why they've changed those rules over the last day or so, to stop people using the next percent on track. Maybe they think that that's how it's starting to affect the times and things that people have achieved on track. So thanks for posting that, Stevie76. Sorry for getting you guys confused. It's been one of those days today. I had loads of things I needed to try and achieve, and at the moment time just seems to have sped up to this ridiculous level, and I'm getting confused. Run Tommy, he says try some sketches. I'll tell you what, Tommy, later on I'm going to get online, I'm going to get myself a pair of sketches. I don't care how much it costs, I'm going to do it. I'm going to review some Skechers shoes so that I've got, you know, a wider sort of appreciation. I will go for a Skechers shoe just for you, Run Tommy. Okay. John Brzezinski says, all well, Ed. He's not looking forward to being in isolation when he returns. Yeah, John, my cousin, he'd head over to Spain for a holiday, and sadly, obviously now when he comes back, he's got to spend a couple of weeks in isolation. Hey, you're just going to have to play more guitar. You're going to have to get all of the Fender amps out, John, and enjoy yourself with those. That's all you can do. You'll be forced to do it. Ewan Booth says, I bought the Triumph 18s. It's so comfortable, like running on pillows. That's what I found with my Triumph 17s, in fact. They were a really nice shoe. A little bit weighty, but I feel if you're going to get them as a sort of a daily type shoe, actually, to be honest with you, that's really what I'm calling out for right now. Tomorrow's got to be an easy day. I think I need another 7 or 8 miles to hit about 250 miles for the whole month. So I really feel like I need something nice and cushioned tomorrow. I could put on the Clifton 7s, but I'm feeling they're a little bulky for me. They're going to be a shoe where I can do some perhaps daily miles, but for some recovery stuff I need something else. I'm gonna have to get something else for those, because the legs are starting to feel pretty worn out now. I'm getting towards 90 days on the run streak now, and yeah, that's perhaps why I'm feeling so hungry all the time. I'm just starving all the time. Noel S is here, hello. Rocky Runs is in the house. My word, there's so many people in the chat. Thanks for joining us, guys. This was fantastic. Gavin Braden says, Evening Ed, kids are joining again tonight. Kids of Gavin Braden, be good for your dad and make sure you go to bed nicely so that you can have a good rest, and then you can grow strong and you'll have energy to do all sorts of exciting things tomorrow. There you go. That's the way of it. Crespin Greco says, just hit chest calisthenics routine, then 5k for Halloween Cat Beast, down with coronavirus all the way down. Okay, Crespin, thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, Beast is certainly the Halloween cat. I'm not sure where she is right now. She's disappeared somewhere. Kevin Scott is in the house. Kevin Reebok Scott. The A6 Glide Ride arrived. There's some rocker. There certainly is a rocker on that one, sir. And so stiff. Feels like it has concrete plate. Oh, sorry. That really tickled me, that one. First run tomorrow. Won't lie, a little scared. You'll be alright, Kevin. Just get that shoe. Get that shoe and flex it. Give it a good flex. It will improve not only your legs and the power in the glutes, but it will also improve your upper body. So just flex that shoe, Kevin. I want to see you flexing it, or 100 flexes tonight, okay? We got Soupy Runs. He says, Ed, why did you change the insoles in your Nova Blast? I remember you mentioning it was for sore calves. I changed the insoles in the Nova Blast because I just felt they were too cushioned. Okay, so I never thought I'd ever say that about running shoe, but yeah, I put some other insoles in that just didn't have quite as much cushion, and that seemed to sort of level them out a little bit for me. So yeah, there we go. Rock Collington's here. He says, what's up from Atlanta? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Mr. Random says, men's endorphin speed is on the Saucony website. There you go, you heard it, guys. Get over there if you haven't got some. Have they got the black ones, Mr. Random? because I wouldn't mind getting a pair of the black ones as well, just so that I've got them ready for when the other ones wear out, because I think everyone's just going to wear out their Endorphin Speed shoes pretty swift. Wang's here, he says, hi Ed. Hello. Tim Gross is in the house, my buddy. Hopefully soon, Tim, we can do some running together, so he's not too far away from me. He says, what do you make of the Adizero Pro breakdown picture? Light strike just a frame. Yeah, I thought it was, Tim. Actually, I've got them just here, so let's have a little look. As you can see, it kind of comes around the boost, just here. And I guess it's sort of around the very edge here of the shoe as well. But I've got to be honest, this shoe is just great. I love it. I absolutely think it's a great shoe. I did what I mentioned to Kevin Scott a moment ago. I just flexed it for ages, and it just seemed to free it up a little bit. It was a little bit self-conscious, that shoe. You know, it just needed to free itself up a little bit, get rid of its. It just didn't need to be so hung up, you know. Javier says yes, the 4D running shoes. Yeah, I might try them out in the future, Javier. It's not something I've really thought about. I'd like to see what the weight's like. At the moment, I'm tending to enjoy lower stack height shoes, a little bit firmer as well. They just seem to work a little bit better for me, being like a tall giraffe man with very long legs. By all accounts, the baby that's on the way, it's a little boy. I know it's a little boy. He's going to be tall. He's already very long with the long legs, so it's just going to be like his dad. So this is great. So maybe in the future, maybe I'll test them out. Daniel Ryan says, hi Ed, watching your videos on the running news. Great content. Glad you're enjoying those. Thank you, Daniel. Richard says his Prisms helped knock 3 minutes on his local loop. Wow. The Prism. That's not one I've really thought about trying out. The Prism. One I was chatting with someone earlier today about the Rebel. I was looking back through all my Strava times, because, you know, that's what you do on a Wednesday afternoon. Looking through some Strava times of different loops and routes that I've done. And the Rebel constantly came out as being one of the shoes that I ran much faster in. Was that because I was going out to run fast that day? It was a particular training session or something? And it turned out, no, it wasn't. I just really run very well in the Rebel. So I really want something a little bit like the Rebel, perhaps. It's making me kind of think that I've slept on the Rebel a little bit too much, and I should get it back out again. Simon Evans says, hey Ed, SL20 or Beacon 3 for tempo runs up to 10 miles. I'd probably go with the SL20 there. I'm not sure I'd want to go up to 10 in the Beacon. For me, the Beacon 3 just isn't as nice a fit in terms of the heel for me. I really enjoyed the Beacon, the original. It feels like they've just moved away from what made that shoe quite magical. Bit of a cult shoe, the first Beacon. I'll probably go with the SL20 in terms of your requirement there. Daniel Ryan says he had a pair of Skechers a few years back about seeing lightweight. Yeah, I want to try some. I've never tried some Skechers. Wang says he tried running a 5k on track with the Next Percent. It was horrible. Any lightweight, low stack shoe is better. Yeah, I think I'd probably with the Takumi Sen range on track. That shoe could do really well because you got the quick strike on the outsole there. I think it would grip into the track. It would be you'd feel like a panther running around the track with those. Rocky Runs he's gone wild and ordered himself some Bondi 6s. Awesome. Well, I hope they work out for you. Let me know how you get on with those, Rocky. Jacob Reese says, what's a good name for what's a good name for an easy run shoe? What do you reckon, guys? Let Jacob know what you think he should go for in terms of easy run shoes. Richard Tunks, any thoughts on Newton shoes? I haven't thought about trying any of those. They seem to go under the radar a little bit. I need to do a bit of research on those, Richard. Adam Coleman says he's been sniffing around the Symmetros. I've got to be honest, guys. Yesterday, I was trying to convey the name of that shoe to someone, and I came out with Symmetrios, and then I said double Symmetrios, which sounds amazing. That would be like the double stack height version of the Symmetros. It's just a great name. I want to try the Symmetros now. It's in my mind. Carl B says he took delivery of the Zig Kinetica. He paid £32. It's still gone, and it's still gone straight back. Don't think it's really a running shoe. Oh, okay. It didn't work out. Okay. Joe Mullin says, remember the Odyssey rack felt too hard. Well, I tried them for a speed workout and boom, my injury is back. Oh no. Sad to hear that, Joe. It's not working out there, the Odyssey React then. Kevin Stennis here, he says, hi from Abbey Manor. How you doing, Kev? I did see a picture of you earlier on, Kev, on your bike. I believe there was an event yesterday. I wonder how you got on there. I hope you did well. Wang says, feeling very worn out today, so I chose the Next Percent. Yeah, maybe I'll wear my Next Percents tomorrow for a nice easy run. I need the cushion. I really do. Clark is here. He says, hello everybody from Melbourne, Australia. Hope everyone is well. Awesome. Nice to have you here, Clark. Mariella says she did a first run in the Reebok Energy Float Ride 2 and she loves them. Thanks for your review. No problem, Mariella. I'm glad that they're working out for you. A really great value shoe, that one. Really good running shoe. I think that running shoe's probably got loads of new people into running over the course of the lockdown period. I think it's such a good value shoe. People aren't too scared to spend that amount of money on a shoe in case it doesn't work out for them. And Reebok are pretty good in terms of getting stock out there to people, and returns are pretty good as well. So I think that's been a really, really good shoe, and it's got them a bit of limelight as well. Kevin Scott says he has the upper body strength of a 5-year-old schoolgirl. Don't think that I've got a chance of bending that beast. Give it a try, Kev. I promise you they will. They seem really solid at the start, but they do start to break in a little bit. So do persist with them. I think you'll like them. It does take a little while to sort of get into the whole idea of the glide ride, but once you're there, you'll like them. I even wore the glide ride on a trail at one point, and I remember coming off thinking I would have destroyed the rubber, but I looked on the bottom of the shoe and it was like new. It's crazy. Frank Lahoulier says, hit the like button. Thank you, Frank. He's always here. For all of the chats, for all of the premieres, Frank is always in the house. Cal is here. Happy Wednesday to you, Cal. Hope you're having a great week. The one and only Luke Acourt is here. Luke, have you been running today? I hope you've been doing some more running, and you've got yourself some better running shoes as well, because I know you're running some really old ones. So I hope you're keeping fit over the summer, buddy. We've got Adam Small. He's waiting on a pair of the black Endorphin Speed. I think they're due August sometime. Okay, well, we're almost there for August. Almost there. Javier says, yes, Bud, and then our 4D Adidas 1.0 running shoes. Oh, okay, I'll check those out later on, Javier, because I've got some sort of Adidas voucher that they sent me to use. So I think they're working on the same premise as Reebok, that they just keep going with me and I'll keep buying new stuff from them. And they're right. Mark says, what's up? What's up, everybody? I think everyone's doing pretty good today. Everyone seems in a pretty good mood. Apart from Joe, who's got his injury back. Let's hope that Joe recovers quickly. Oh, Javier says the 4D shoes are quite heavy. Okay. Yeah, I really struggled, Javier, with the Ultra Boost 20. I had the Ultra Boost 18. I think I had 2 pairs of those, actually, back a while ago. And I really liked those. They were light enough. The upper was nice and supportive, and I just really enjoyed those. Very comfortable. But the 20 were just crazy heavy. In fact, the 20s were so heavy that they are the same weight as the Nike Tailwind 79s that I bought. They're like 300 and 70 grams or something per shoe. So that's how heavy they are. It's wild. Daniel says, anyone saw the concept shoes that Ed mentioned a week or two ago? No, Daniel, those, I think they were concepts, but I think there were a very small number of them that they actually sold to the public as well. So, but that NZ stuff's in some of their new shoes as well. They've implemented that in a couple of actual releases now. So, Rocky says the Rebels are good. You notice that New Balance released another fuel cell shoe, the Propel 2. I want the Rebel 2, which is just sort of the same, but slightly lighter. That would be good. Without the weird outsole, because I got loads of stuff stuck in the bottom of that outsole. I'm sure the Rebel was even lighter until it got loads of Yeovil trail grit stuck in the bottom of it. Aaron says, since his wife's been wearing the Rebels, she's smashing him every time in his Taboo 2s. Yeah, they're a fast shoe, the Rebel. They are one fast shoe. Michael says the Beacon 3 did not impress. I had a really bad problem with the Beacon 3 the last time I used it. I just got a really bad blister on the back of my foot out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from. I didn't even know it until I took my sock off and then went, ugh. And it was it troubled me for a couple of days after that. So yeah, they're in the box. They'll be back out soon once I've got some socks that work a bit better with them. Kevin Scott. Yeah, I agree there, Kev. It just feels like the Beacon 3 just got a little heavier, which is a bit sad. Lucas says, did you ever try Ultra Boost? Yeah, I did a review of the Ultra Boost 20 earlier this year, and Kafuzi and I, in fact, did a collaborative review on that one. And I reviewed the Ultra Boost V4, the 2018 version. And yeah, I enjoyed those. They wore quickly, though, in comparison to the Ultra Boost 20. The rubber's different on the outsole, but Joe Mullen says, can you tell us any potential names for Baby Bud? No, I saw it's secret stuff, Joe. Secret stuff right now. Jacob says, the naming of the Easy Run shoe. Fast shoes are called Ultra Speed. Oh, I see. Okay. The need good fun names for slow shoes. Like, oh, okay. That's maybe you guys in the chat can try and come up with some there. Yeah, they could just call them like the Recover, the Recoverator or something like that. Or the Sponge. It's just a massive Zoom X. Just for, you know, very easy running. So you could just run it like 15 minutes a mile. And they're just like huge sponges on your feet. Sotty Max says, who's your second favourite running YouTuber? My second favourite running YouTuber, that's a tough one. I don't want people to feel I've sort of left them out. Second favourite running YouTuber. That's a tough one. I'd say my second favourite running YouTuber is probably Forester Dean runner Andy, because he's up the road. I can understand like his sort of views and opinions and stuff, and a lot of the sort of traily type areas that he can run on are very similar to the ones I've got here, and I guess at the moment it feels perhaps that he's not so far away from me, so I can relate to him. Although in fairness, Andy is a ridiculously able athlete. He's capable of producing some incredible times, that man. He's a fast guy. Faster than I'll ever be, that's for sure. Mike says, what pair of shoes have you used repeatedly? I want his pair number 4 of the Saucony Fast Twitch 9 and 3 pairs of the Run Fast Pro. Wow. The Turbo, I keep going back to that shoe. There's a couple of 100 miles on the original Turbos now, and I don't know how many on the Turbo 2. I always go back to that one at some point. That's one I really like. And the Infinity Run, in fairness, this year, I keep... Actually, that would be not a bad shout for tomorrow. Something with sort of loads of cushion there. That might be a good shout. Ian Heiser says, hi Ed. Hello Ian. Clark says the Rebel has to be the fastest, one of the fastest shoes. Yeah, I certainly agree there. Out of those, yes, certainly the Rebel is the fastest. Nick Gilbert says, "Hi Ed, am I going to purchase a pair of the high stack Adizero Adios Pros? I will try and get a hold of a pair of them whenever they're released. It doesn't seem to be much info on those at the moment. Maybe there's a shortage of energy rods for the front. There's a shortage, I reckon. Energy rods are obviously mined from the centre of the Earth itself, and they can only get so many of them. So yeah, I will I will look into reviewing those, certainly. I need to work through some of these comments here. The chat's just mad today. So Carl B says he's just ordered some endorphin speeds. Don't tell his fiance. Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. Soupy says Reebok sent him a 30% discount code for an order arriving late. I haven't ordered anything off them. Awesome. Don't moan at that, Soupy. You just use that code, buddy, and get yourself some new daps. Robert Anderson says, "Hi Ed, he's just having a bath after a 5-mile run." In your favourites, the Pegasus 37. Love mine, but I'm a UK size 9. Yeah, I think in the lower sizes, Robert, that the React just seems to work a little better. I think it just gets to a certain point for us giant feet people where it's just unwieldy, really. I found that in almost all of them, almost all React shoes. John Basinski says, "Ed, do you remember when Budge had a pair of the Speed Kings? Ah, now that is a quality shoe." I can remember John and Paul, my cousins, and we were playing cricket at one point, and Paul was wearing a pair of these trainers with these massive Velcro pieces on called the Speed Kings, and they had like no traction whatsoever, so he sort of run them and just slide for like meters and meters. Oh, brilliant. Good days, buddy. That was probably round about now, wasn't it, John? In the summer. When we used to just, you know, the summers just went on for what appeared like years. That's great. Adam Small, first race back at the weekend in Edinburgh. A local race, 200 runners, social distancing in force. Okay. Blimey, 12-mile race. That's good to hear. Tim Platt says, "Hi Ed, a bit late to your live stream, hoping you're well. Miss Ed Bud is still baking a good junior bud." Awesome, thanks Tim. I really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much. Javier says, "It's my pleasure to see you, Ed Bud. Have a great and healthy day." Awesome, you too, man. Have a good day. Great for you to join us, thank you. Ian says, "Looking forward to the Tempo Next Percent, ready for another shoe with ZoomX foam." Yeah, maybe that one will address the balance a little bit at the moment, because it's been a sort of run of Nike shoes that haven't really worked out that well for me. I mean, I love the Alphafly. The Alphafly is a ridiculously good shoe, but I just feel that some of the stuff in the middle there from Nike's just not really happening. You know, when you make a shoe as good as the Turbo too, it's such a great shoe, and then you kind of move away from that. It just works so well. If it's not broken, you just don't need to fix it. Des says, "Hi Ed, suffered repeated hamstring injuries with the glide ride." Okay. I don't recall having any bad runs in the glide ride. It just was really a really nice, I wouldn't say a solid shoe, just a really nice, enjoyable ride in that one. I've never had too much of a problem with it. E4 Core Envy says, "Guys, can you help? Do you go for the Adizero Pro, Vaporfly Next Percent, or the Endorphin Pro?" Crikey, it's the top shoes. I know which I'd go for. Let E4 Core Envy know what you think. Robin says, "Late to the stream, but think it's cool you made a Strava group." Yeah, I should promote that a little bit, really, shouldn't I? I forgot about that. So we started up a Strava group. It's called EDDBUD Runners United. come along and join us. I think there are about 450 maybe. I only started it on Monday, so it's very quickly building up quite a good following. So do come over and join us on Strava if you're there. And there's lots of running shoe chat and, you know, giving positive vibes to the other runners is mandatory. Oh, hang on, there's some good names here for shoes people have come up with. I've just missed these. The Sloth, the Snooze X, the Snoozy Cruise. I like that. Chills. The Slug. Oh, did someone say something about slugs there? I like that. Slug X. Oh, Rocky, I tell you what, you're on my wavelength there. I like that. Yeah, the Big Brother, that could be the maximally cushioned one. The Slug Ultra. It could be actually shaped like a slug. It's just a massive foam that you slide your foot into. I like that. So M83's just purchased some backup speeds. Oh yeah, I think that's probably a wise move. Everyone's going to wear those down quick. Simon says he paced a new runner around her first 10k. She smashed it, seeing a sense of achievement won my cockles. Everybody should adopt a new run. Yeah, that's a really cool thing to do, Simon. That's a really awesome thing to do. You know, some people, if they're new to running, they need that boost of confidence. And when you're around other runners as well, you take in lots of experience as well. You learn new things all the time. I think it's a little bit like playing guitar. You know, the more and more guitar you play, and if you play with other people, you take on more stuff from them. It's you get what you give kind of scene with running. I think it really is. The Saucony Easy Rider. I like that one, Aaron. That's a good one. The Snail Slippers. Oh, that's a good. Oh, you guys crack me up. That's some brilliant ones. Brilliant. Simon Evans says Baby Bud should be named Buddy. That's all. The Snail Slippers really got me. Just let me take a moment. That's a good one. Yeah, Kevin Scott says the amount of training Andy's doing is going for sub-elite level. Oh, I mean, there's some serious miles that man is doing. Serious stuff. I don't know how he does it. He must be powered on pure running adrenaline. Something like that. Yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed Andy's 75 min half marathons. Just nuts. I can't even begin to think of how he felt doing that. It must have been tough. That's, you know, it's ridiculously good. It is a cool thing. Frank Lahule says easy shoe names: the Fuel Cell Level 1, the On Cloud Cloud, Asics Kittens. You guys are cracking me up. There's some classics in there. Some absolute classics. Brilliant. Noel S says a special slug ZZZ Soul. Jacob says he's got. I have some Nike Downshifter. That's a great name. The other brands need to step up. What are the Downshifters like? I see those. There's loads of them, like different numbers. They've just appeared on the Nike website. Wang says Sarah Place already had more than 2 kilometers on her 2 pairs of turbos. Whoa, blimey, that's a lot of kilometers on a shoe. I can't believe that midsole material holds up, like, unless you're a very light sort of runner. I can't see it. Rock says Black Speeds delivered today. He's going to give them a go tomorrow. Awesome. I hope you enjoy those. Sotty says I couldn't say which is my favourite shoe tuber, but Ed, you would definitely be number one to get a beer with and talk music and movies. Awesome. Thanks, Sotty. I Run Things says hello. How you doing? Glad to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Scouts Honor says that's a good name. Just bought the glide rides, pretty sweet. Cool, glad you're enjoying those. Lee McDonald says this is better than anything on the TV in the UK tonight. I know, this is weird, because YouTube for me has really turned into TV over the lockdown. We don't really watch much TV now. We watch films and things like that in the evenings perhaps, or then we play cards where basically Mrs. Edbud just wins every time, which is starting to get a little bit tiresome. Sometimes she lets me win. I'm sure she does let me win occasionally. But yeah, TV has sort of become YouTube, really. There's just so much stuff going on. Petra says, good evening everybody, hello. I'm going to try and keep up with the chat because it's just mad tonight. Mariella says, the Turbo 2 is amazing. She did first half marathon in those, sweet. I Run Things says, Runners United. Yeah, EDDBUD Runners United is the name of the Strava group. Rob Weatherall is in the house. How you doing, Rob? Scout Sonner says, Des Morris, don't be afraid to just give up on a shoe. Just bought the glide rides, but I'm just praying they work out for me. It's certainly an unorthodox shoe, the glide ride. The Evo ride's a little bit more of a traditional sort of shoe. The rocker for me in that didn't feel quite as pronounced as in the glide ride. Scout Sonner says, Strava sounds unhealthy. I haven't ever felt that about Strava. The only people I ever meet on there are just really nice people. They're just really positive about running. I've got loads of people that chime in and just say, you know, great run, well done, you know, and I try and do the same for other people as well, of all different abilities. Yeah, there's probably people on there that just use it and they're constantly going for personal bests, looking at trying to get segment, you know, the battling for segments and things like that. I just like logging my miles on there and just checking out other people and saying hi and just having fun and spreading some love on there. That's what I do. That's what I try and do. Claire Beecroft, hello. Do you use or recommend caffeine gels? Claire, the only ones that haven't worked for me have been the caffeine ones, actually. I got some of the caffeine-based Morton gels, and they did not work for me. They worked really well for a short period of the race, and then they really played havoc with my heart rate after a certain point. So I went back to the original Morton gels, and I use Science in Sport stuff on a more regular sort of basis. They're a little cheaper, so I hope that helps you out. Gavin Braden, powered by energy rods. We all need some energy rods. The Alpha Slug less %. I like that one. That's a good one. The Reebok Float Ride Run Not So Fast. They could just have a mode switch on the bottom, Kevin, so you can go between different modes of like slow, slower, and then just stop. And that could be the ultimate recovery shoe. Ian Hester says, what's the outlet for organised races in your side of the pond? Here in the US, I have a few fall and winter events that may be in jeopardy. Well, they've just released some information today, I think, was it today or yesterday, about the London Marathon. I think everybody got emails to say, look, there will be a decision made. I think it's on the 7th of August, whether it's going to run or not. I've got a feeling it won't. I don't think it will run. That's my personal opinion, though. That's just based on information and kind of what's going on in Europe right now. Let's not forget that people come from all over the world that want to run that marathon. I just don't think it's going to happen. Paul Kane says, Andy has improved so much, amazing effort. That absolutely, I second that. Inspired me to opt for the virtual half marathon option now. Chester's officially cancelled, so he's going to use it to keep motivated in training. Awesome. Aaron says, hi Ed, love the music recommendations. Well, I've been listening to a lot of music in lockdown. A lot of music. He's loving the endorphin speed, but the Meta Racer has been on my list. Worth a go. Yeah, I ran some faster stuff in the Meta Racer towards the end of last week. That was enjoyable in some really wet conditions. The rubber on the bottom of the Meta Racer is amazing in the wet. It was just ridiculous. I was really worried because when you first see it, it doesn't look like it's gonna work at all on wet stuff, but it was great. So I don't know what they've put in there. ASICS have put some special magic into that one, into that rubber. Simon Evans, easy run shoes. It could be the Brooks Ducks. I like that. Very good, very good. Mike says maybe one for Tim Gross if he's still here. He loved the Peg Turbo 2s. He got the special editions. They felt much less responsive. Oh, interesting. Not sure. I've not heard too much about the special editions. Sion Roberts says, good evening, Ed. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Jacob says he has the Downshifter 9, so very cheap. Cost is important. Mix cheap shoes up with expensive ones. Awesome. I'm keen to have a look at those. Mr. Random says, I really do not understand why Nike killed off the Turbo. Lots of people seem to like it. Yeah, I haven't met too many people that dislike the Turbo at all. Certainly a very popular shoe. Sanjess says, Sports Direct have the Asics Evo ride on pretty good price. If anyone's interested, thank you for letting us know. Lucas says, boy, what is this beautiful shoes behind? It's the Speedrift. I was going to use this today, but in the end I went for the Adizero Pro. And it was warm out there. For the UK anyway. So yeah, Speedrift needs to get some more love very soon. But on some good legs. Last time I tried them, my legs were just obliterated. So I need to maybe have a nice easy day tomorrow, and then I'll take the Speedrifts out on Friday. Des Morris says getting a shoe wrong can be expensive. Yeah, it can. I think it's always good to check out what returns sort of policies that any manufacturer or supplier have got before you pull the trigger sometimes on a shoe, or else it can be a really, really expensive mistake. Steve A says, good evening, Ed. Humid this evening. What? Very good, Steve. Very good. Yes, it's quite humid tonight, I've got to be honest. Hence I've gone with the cotton shirt. Sion Roberts says, love the funky shirts. Where'd you get them all? I've collected quite a collection actually of shirts over the last sort of 20 years. I just seem to hang on to them, and then they slowly come back into fashion. I'm quite enjoying that. You get a shirt and it's cool for a couple of years, and then you've got to just hang on to it, and sooner or later it comes back into fashion. This one's nice. I want to get myself a nice Hawaiian shirt actually, to brighten up the mood of people, because everyone's kind of, certainly in my town, they're all looking a little bit, not anxious, just a bit weary, and you've got to try and lift everybody up. Say, come on, let's go, let's put on our Hawaiian shirts and listen to some Ross Abbott records and really enjoy ourselves. What have we got here? So we've got about 15 minutes or so left, guys. I will get to the favourite running shoes right now in a moment. So do think about that, and then I'm going to let you know to post them all in the comments really quickly. So just think about it for the moment, what your favourite running shoes are right now. Maybe 2 maximum. Don't post them yet, but post them in a moment, and I'll give you a wave and we'll go through all of them nice and quickly. We've got, yeah, Kevin Scott says it's the New Balance Speedrift, the Boston 9. That's the Terra Kyger 5 and the SL20 up there. The Kyger 5's going to get a bit of use maybe Saturday. Might do a little trail stuff Saturday. GK Master Locksmith says, evening Ed, just up the road in Taunton. Awesome. Somerset. Somerset chap there. Fantastic. Simon Evans, caffeine gels work really well as a laxative for me. Yeah, I didn't have that problem, Simon. It just sort of made my heart go into overdrive. Just when I didn't want it to. I was trying to, I just come into, I think it must have been a half marathon. It was about 8 miles, and I was spot on in terms of my pacing. It was just, everything was going really well. And then I just felt it almost like my heart had just gone up about 10 beats a minute more, and I wasn't putting any more effort in. It was the gel, it just wasn't happening, so I've got to avoid those for the time being. Mariella says, can't find your running group on Strava. If you search for EDDBUD Runners United, you should find it. Or, Mariella, if you look in one of the in the links in one of the videos, you should be able to find it there. Okay, right guys, in the chat, post up your current favourite running shoes, and I'm going to go through them all, and we'll see whose favourites, if there are any favourites perhaps that crop up more than once. See what are the current top running shoes that you've got. Here they come. They're coming in thick and fast now. Let's get to it. It's almost like top of the pops. Here we go. Some of you guys might not know what that is. I'll explain in a minute. So, we have Aaron Sade likes for the long run the Glide Ride, and for speed work the Turbo 2. We've got the Marks liking the Endorphin Speed and the Adizero Pro. For Frank it's the Nova Blasts. And Daniel Ryan's loving the Adidas Boston series. So great all-rounders for him. Gavin Braden's liking the Peg 32s, okay, and his Float Ride Energy 2s, awesome, the Energy 2, nice to see that there. Hidden six packs in the Nova Blast, and the 1080 V10s, and the Endorphin Speed, and the Speed Goat 4s. That's a nice rounded selection there. Jose's loving the Rebels, I know he's into the Rebels. Rocky Runs is into the Rebels, wow, awesome, they're cropping up a couple of times. Mariella's liking the Pegasus Turbo 2 and the Energy 2, so that's cropped up a few times, the Turbos and the Energy 2. Socking Endorphin Speed for Lee McDonald. Declan Cunningham's liking the Hyperion Tempo 2 and the Kinvara 11. We got Robin with the Nova Blast and the SL20. Clark is liking the Rebel and the Turbo 2. That seems like a combination that people really enjoy though. Soupy Runs is the Nova Blast. GK Master Locksmiths, the Nike Infinity React. I did see a chap running in the Infinity React earlier on. Steve's liking the Endorphin Speed. Crespin, he says, oh, he's asking the views on the Flight Foam GT200. I don't know about those, Crespin. I have not tried those. Cal is into the 1080 V10s. I know that those are really working out well for you, Cal. Christoph says the Boston 8s and the Kinvara 10. We'll get to Irish Rich's question in a moment. Kevin Scott has got to be the Reebok Run Fast. Awesome. You can hear the dog is getting very excited in the background. NV says nearly 400 kilometers on his Nova Blasts. Awesome. They're holding up well though, by the sounds of it. Run for Your Life says the Adios 4. Nice to see that one crop up. Cal saying the Hyperion Tempo 2 as well, along with the 1080s. Paul Kane is loving the Speed, and Adam Small as well. Now, Dave243 is saying the Panthea. Someone mentioned to me that that had disappeared from the Adidas website, which is very strange. Rock Coddington saying the Nova Blast and the 1080 V10. And Kevin Bickerton is enjoying his Speeds and the SL20s. Simon Evans, the Kinvara 11 for long run, slipper-like. I love the whole slipper thing. This is like the most slipper-like thing for me at the moment. Beautiful shoe. It's a beautiful thing. That reminds me of that Ocean Colour Scene song. We've got Ian Hesser saying the Nike Next Percents and the Hoka Carbon X. Addicted to plates. Yeah, I know they're quite an addictive thing to keep wearing them. Some people suggest it's not a good idea, but I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. JDM saying the Energy 2, 1 and 2 actually from Reebok. Sanjess saying took the SL20s out today and is enjoying those. Mr. Random saying the Endorphin Speed and the Peg 37s. Rob Weatherall saying the Speed as well and the Infinity Run. The Speed is everywhere. Everybody's into those. Gonza J01 saying the Endorphin Speed for speed and the Nova Blast for easy. That's a good combination, I think. No less, this is too hard. Reebok Float Ride Energy 2 and the Brooks Ghost 12. Awesome. NV says, will I be getting the Tempo Next Percent? Yes, I'm going to go for those once they are available. Lucas Luli Campos says the Nike Zoom Rival Fly. I did see there is a pair of Rival Flies that are up on the Nike website over here in the UK that are discounted right now. I'm slightly tempted. I was quite intrigued by those. Run for Your Life is enjoying the Adidas Solar Boost, and Steve A is loving his TCs and the Endorphin Speed. Envy is also enjoying the Nova Blast. Alan Anderson really enjoying the Ride 13. Yeah, I know. I did watch a video with Seth Demore earlier on. He was enjoying the Ride 13s. In fact, most people seem to be enjoying those. And he's looking forward to the Boston 9 as well. Yeah, I really like the Boston 9 too. A little bit more roomy. Look, it's just ridiculous. Whenever I hold it up to the camera, it's like, it's like radioactive or something. It's a little bit more roomy in the toe box, the Boston 9. I think that was why I really enjoyed it on the long runs. It just gave me a little bit more. There's a little bit more room up there for the toes to flex around. I need a drink after all that. Adam Sutton saying the Kinvara 11 and the Pegasus 37, and Des Morris is into the Bondi 6. Awesome. Those have cropped up a few times as well. Dave243 saying, yeah, the Panthea is no longer listed. And I noticed Kevin Scott said there the Panthea disappears as a men's shoe. Interesting. I wonder why. What's all that about? Why they've removed those? Team Dreamcatcher saying the Adios 4. I do remember commenting earlier on to you on one of the videos about that one. Yeah, that's a really nice shoe, the Adios 4. I ran some fast miles in that one last year. Might be worth, getting those back out again. Giving them maybe like a retro review. Not a retro review, like a running shoe revisited type review. Mike Douglas saying the Nova Blast and Next Percent legs completely protected from all trauma. I like it. Richard saying the Fuel Cell Prism, the Saucony Shift, and the Pegasus 35, the Peg 35 turbos with the fly wires. Jacob Reese says several years old, but his favourite is the Zoom Streak LT3. Bought 2 or more some time ago. Awesome. Steve Conway's enjoying his Boston 8s. Daniel Wooding says, what's your recommendation on the best trail running shoes? Best trail running shoes, I've just got some Torrent 2s in from Hoka. I'm keen to test those out. I enjoyed stuff in the past from Solomon. I had the Sense Ride Originals, they were great. And the Kiger 5s, they did really well for me as well, so I've enjoyed those. There was a question a little further back up the top here from Irish Rich. He says, hi, I just wondered if you had any suggestions for a shoe for marathon paced long runs. I've used the Peg Turbo and the Fuel Cell TC. Apart from Endorphin Speed, is there anything else out there? Well, I think if they are a good fit for you, the Boston 9, I would really check that out. Or perhaps even the Boston 8. Just make sure you get the one with the light strike cage. Because there are 2 different versions of that one. But yeah, I think you can't really go wrong in this one. Lots of boost there, not too heavy, just a really nice fitting shoe. It just felt really nice and comfortable over sort of 15 miles for me. It can probably work out well for you on some marathon long runs up to 20 miles. So that'll be my suggestion for you, Irish Rich. Thanks for tuning in. John Eaton says, Ed, have you ever heard of the Adidas Adizero Sub 2? Picked up a brand new pair for £22. Awesome. No, I've heard of them, but I hadn't seen them around at all, available anywhere. Jose's liking the Nova Blast for long runs and the RC2 for fast days. I'm not sure I could get on with the Nova Blast for long runs. I think it would just be too squashy for me, just over long distance like that. Envy said, Ed, is it a yay for the Rincon 2? I've had the first one, it's starting to flatten out now. I enjoyed the first Rincon. I do wish I'd gone up half a size though, so I had a little bit more room. It's certainly a lot lighter than the Clifton. I'm finding the Clifton 7 a little bit... it just feels a little bit cumbersome and clunky at times. If I'm really tired, it wasn't working out too well for me. But I've still got lots of miles to do on the Clifton 7 before I do my full review on that one. We've just got a few minutes before the end, guys, so we'll just get through the last few questions here. Mano says his daughter and I are watching on the phone and smart TV, like EDDBUD delay effect. He's been enjoying using the Float Ride Energy 2 and the Ghost 12, but he wants the speed. Awesome. Thanks for letting us know, Mano, and thank you for watching. Lucas says, I just can't run slow in the rival fly. It's amazing. Interesting. So quite a fast shoe. Not a problem, Irish Rich. I hope that answered your question. Tenzing says, tried Adidas SL20 and the Pro at the store, and the outsole's very thin and clunky. I'm not really finding them clunky at all. I really like quite the thin sort of response. But then again, you know, I really like some of the very cushioned things as well. So I think it's all about adjusting our appreciation level, perhaps our expectation level. That's what I mean, really. Our expectation of the shoes. Envy says, do I foam roll, stretch and ice bath for hard sessions? I haven't done any ice bathing, but I have certainly been doing lots of foam rolling and stretching and just trying to maintain the old 41-year-old body. You know, it's not as limber as it used to be, so I've got to do a little bit of maintenance there, make sure I change the oil, check the tyres and the gas and all that sort of stuff, you know. So it reminds me of the old Chuck Berry. Is it on there? Too Much Monkey Business, is it on there? He says checking the tyres and the gas. There it is there. Side A, it's on there. Great tune. Great tune. Just got a couple of minutes left then, guys. I'll just wrap it up. We've got CCG Social says they're enjoying the endorphin shift. Yeah, Dave243 says ice bath in the UK. No, I'm not into that. Maybe I could just go to the Weston-super-Mare and run into the sea or something like that. That'd be probably about the same. I imagine that could be a little chilly, even in the summer. Kyle says, hello all, would you recommend the Nova Blast as a daily trainer? Absolutely, yeah, you can't go wrong with the Nova Blast. Soupy says, thanks for live stream. The snail slippers. That's a good one, Soupy. You did well with that one. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up right about now. I'd like to say thanks to all of you for joining in on the live chat today. I hope you've all had a fantastic day. There'll be another video up tomorrow, as per usual. Keep them rolling. And yeah, stay safe and make sure you keep running. If you can, head over and join the EDDBUD Runners United Strava group. The numbers are increasing all the time. I'll see you in the comments section of the videos. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.